याच्या आधी हॅलो. Shall I start, sir?
Yes.
Hello. आवाज येतोय?
हाँ सर.
Yes, sir.
हाँ मोदी सर नमस्कार.
नमस्कार सर.
वेलकम वेलकम.
Thank you sir. Thank you.
जैन होत होतील लोक. आपण सुरुवात करूया.
Yes sir. No problem.
मोठे सर नमस्कार.
Namaskar sir. Shall we start?
Yes sir. Hello everyone, I am Inamdar IAS from Department of Computer Science, Shrikrishna, Mahavidyalaya, Gunjoti. Very good afternoon one and all the dignitaries and their participants who live with us. Thank you so much all of you attending this live state level webinar on effective communication skill in English and art of presentation, organized by Department of Computer Science and IQAC, Shrikrishna, Mahavidyalaya, Gunjoti. It gives me immense pleasure to extend to you very warm welcome on behalf of Shrikrishna Mahavidyalaya, Gunjoti, who has arrange and participate all of us for the state level webinar. I welcome honorable chief guest and today's resource person Dr. Prashant Mothe sir, associate professor from Adarsh Mahavidyalaya, Umarga, and also welcome our college principal and chairperson of this session Dr. D.R. Kulkarni sir, who is our team leader. Dynamic personality, techno-savvy, motivates us to arrange such kinds of student-centric activity. And another guest, Dr. J. Nanore sir, IQAC coordinator with us. Welcome sir. Mr. Kode SD, organizing secretary of this event. And last, Miss Prachi Manikwar, coordinator of this event. All the dear participants, this is a wonderful moment for the students and faculty. Communication is one of the most vital life skill to be mastered at all level of education. They must be able to communicate effectively. Without well developed communication skills, The motive behind to arrange this webinar is how can college students improve communication skills. There are number of ways nowadays to improving communication skills, and all of you know while learning any language, natural language, there are a certain number of activities are there, like LRW. I may say LRW, that is the listening, reading, writing, and speaking activity is essential and most important. And another way to improve communication skill, watch films and model conversation skills, use technology like YouTube, blogs, ebooks, and another online courses. A lot of another online courses are available. Reinforce activity listening, offer group presentation and assignments, ask open-ended questions, use tasks and activity that foster critical thinking. Now, I request to Dr. Nanore sir to introduce our chief guest, Dr. Mothe sir. Nanore sir.
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Vinamra sir. Good afternoon, one and all. Honorable Chairperson of this webinar, Principal of our college, Dr. D.R. Kulkarni sir. The speaker for this webinar, my friend Dr. Prashant Mothe sir. The convener of this webinar, Mr. I.S. Inandar sir from Department of Computer Science, and other faculties from the same department, and dear participants. I am here to introduce the chief guest for this webinar, Dr. Prashant Mothe sir. Dr. Prashant Mothe sir is the Associate Professor in the Department of English of Adarsh Mahavidyalaya Umarga. 14 years of teaching experience is to his credit. He is specialized in ELT, linguistics, pragmatics, and Indian writing in English. He is a content developer for the university, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar Open University, Ahmedabad, Gujarat. He is a BOS member in various reputed autonomous colleges such as Dr. Homi Bhabha State University, Mumbai, Birla College of Arts, Science and Commerce, which is affiliated to University of Mumbai, Sangamner College, Sangamner, BOS member in English of Rajarshi Shahu Mahavidyalaya, which is autonomous college. Dr. Prashant Mothe has given talks at various programs organized by Human Resource Development, AICTE and UGC Trade Centers. In spite of this, he has visited and delivered many keynote addresses at the places at the various countries like Philippines, Indonesia, Thailand, Singapore, Bangladesh, Bhutan and Egypt too. Moreover, he is a research person. He has been invited as a research person in many international as well as national conferences, seminars, webinars. So through this, he has delivered around more than 20 invited talks. He has chaired many paper reading sessions at international and national conferences. He has chaired technical sessions in the conferences organized at various places. He contributed a lot in examination duty. His academic achievements are, he has conducted more than 75 online webinars, delivered talks as a research person in state level workshop, literary functions, presented 25 research articles. He is a research guide of our university. He has evaluated more than 75 PhD theses and worked as external examiner of various universities from our country. He has evaluated 4 MPhil dissertations of Savitribai Phule Pune University, co-edited 7 books, and he is a editor-in-chief of one of the journal that is Langlit, and he is a advisory board as and editorial member for many national and international referred journals. So more than 100 papers he has been published in the international journals, participated in more than 50 national international conferences. He has reviewed many articles in the books as well as journals, and he has awarded 6 PhD students, of which 3 are Indian students and 3 are foreign students. So with this brief introduction, I invite Dr. Prashant Mothe sir to deliver his speech in this webinar. Thank you. Over to Inandar sir.
Thank you, Nanur sir. Now, without taking much of your time, I would like to request Professor Dr. Prashant Mothe sir to guide the participant of this webinar.
Okay, sir. Kindly allow me to share the slide. Yet I am not able to share the slide.
Just a second, sir.
Okay. Just click on sharing the slide and allow everyone to share the slides so that because without PPT, participants will feel unconnected with the talk. Radhika ji, kindly turn off your mic.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
All the participants are requested to mute their mics. Please mute your mics, audio and video also. That there will not be any disturbances.
Radhika,
Sharing
you
screen.
kindly mute your mic. Is slide visible to everyone? I request once again, Radhika ji, kindly mute your mic.
Yes, sir.
Radhika Katke, please mute your mic. Please mute your mic.
Hope so my slide is visible to everyone.
Yes, sir, of course.
Okay.
Yes.
Good afternoon, one and all. Honorable Principal of the Shrikrishna Mahavidyalaya, Dr. D.R. Kulkarni sir, IQAC coordinator and well-known academician, Jagdish Ji Nanavre sir, convener of this webinar, Inamdar sir, organizing secretary, I think Kode sir, event coordinator Manikwar ji, and dear all the respected teachers who have joined for this session and friends. Actually, today I am going to talk on one of the theme that is you can see on the it is very much visible to everyone, effective communication skills for non-native speakers. Okay, so let us start with our talk that when English English is a very beautiful language. In fact, any language you decided to learn or to speak is beautiful one. Either if you want to speak in Japanese or French or German, all languages are beautiful one. However, learning a brand new language is not always easy task. So English is not considered to be the most difficult language for speaking and learning a language. So now if you decided to learn, for example, Chinese, that would take some time. Without it is like a learning a bicycle, or it is like a learning how to swim. So with around 430 million people around the world speak English language, so this is it is considered as a universal language. So it is our priority to speak in English for job purpose, for every kind of a skill is concerned. So in pre-independence, what happened? Britishers introduced English language for their own purpose. It is rightly, when we analyze Lord Macaulay's minutes, it is rightly quoted there, like they introduce English language for this purpose. They want a class of people, Indian in blood and color, but English in taste, in opinions, in morals, and in intellect. This analysis, if you analyze this kind of statement, Britishers introduce English language because they want people who work for their purpose. So they have started to educate few people from the society to work for them. So this was the first purpose of introducing English language in our country. So what happened after post-independence? So post-independence, there was two views. That one views was that we should follow Swadeshi of path, and another views was that we should accept what is good. So C. Rajgopalacharya rightly says that we, in our anger against the British people, even though Britishers ruled over India for a long time, we should not throw away the baby. That is the language given by Britishers. We should not throw away the baby with the bath water. So with Englishmen, so that's why many academicians, freedom fighters, started introducing English language in our country. So this is what how English was introduced in our country, and English was brought to Britain from Germany and from Netherlands as well. It originated way back in German language and Anglo-Francis dialect, we can say. Now, if you see the present English language, the language you are about to learn has a lot of words from German, Greek, Latin, Spanish, even Hindi. Words like guru has been accepted in Oxford Dictionary, and French and whatnot. So it is a quite flexible language. So, like Work rightly says that, and it is almost spoken in all parts of the globe. So Quirk rightly says that English is the language on which the sun does not set, whose users never sleep. So this is what how this language work in our country, and moreover, why should we learn English language in present era? If you see, these are the reasons. First one is that English is an international language. If you want to do a business in any country, you must know English language. So it is almost spoken in all parts of the globe, earth. So if you want to do education or for business purpose, it is international language. And the second thing is, I am moving forward because I want to talk major part of my talk. First, we why should we learn English language? That this is the important thing. So second important thing is that English is a link language. If you visit northeast part of our country, that is the states like Assam, Manipur, Nagaland, Tripura, they either know their own language, Manipuri, Assamese, or either they Naga, so or they know we can say English language only. It doesn't mean that they are not Indians. They don't love our country. So it simply means that they don't have that kind of exposure. Even if you go to the southern part of our India, like the states like Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, they either know their own mother tongue or English language. Kerala even. Why? Because learning Hindi for them it's a very challenging task. Even if you compare with Maharashtra or Hindi states, Devanagari script is more or less common to Marathi language or Hindi language. That's why even though we haven't learned specifically Hindi language, we can understand, we can speak Hindi language. But it is not the same case with northeast part. It is not the same case with India. If you want to connect the whole India together, is even though we accept Hindi as our national language, there is no absolutely doubt about this point. But still, if you compare with films, we need to release films in their own language in southern part. Why? Because they knew only their mother tongue or either English. So if you want to connect, if you want to do business even in southern part of India, northeast part of India, so English is somehow plays a major role to link all those states in India. Moreover, English is as a library language. If you Google it, anything uh, through website, you will find lot of material, lot of books are available related to medicine, law, and engineering. Books are available in English language only. So as rightly says in the introduction part of Inanda sir, that learning English means learning how to listen first, speak, listening and reading are the considered as a passive part of skill. But speaking and for writing, it needs active skill. So these are the major four components that we need to develop first. What we need to do to improve our English language? I am telling you the simple thing which you won't find in any books. But first important thing is that we need to develop where we can find our confidence. Everyone wants to speak in English, but we don't find out that confidence. So confidence is already within us. Only thing is that practicing English speech will require a lot of confidence, and it is already there in us. We need to give exposure to our confidence during social gathering. Start small conversation. Do not hesitate to ask simple questions or to repeat if you don't understand a particular point, if you don't understand a particular word or phrase or idiom. Ask them to clarify about those idioms. So this does work. And also do not feel embarrassed when somebody corrects you. So don't focus about first part grammar. I will talk about in building vocabulary section how to develop fluency in your talk. So this is what even we have learned in vernacular medium school. Still, by practice only, by confidence only, by wants to for the thirst of knowledge only, we have built our confidence, and it was already there, just we have done a lot of practice during even we don't bother about our mistakes. Let the listener bother about your own mistakes. So when you are speaking, lot of the time we fear about one thing, that what will happen, people will laugh when I speak in English, or if I speak incorrect English. So people will laugh. So don't bother about all those things. Just bother about you want to speak in English. So concentrate about only one point, that build a confidence first. Then the second important thing, everyone can do it at sitting at our respective home, that is reading aloud. So read whatever interest you have. If you are interest in film reviews, read aloud. If you are interest reading novels, plays, read aloud. If you are interest in cricket or football or news related to those things, but in English newspaper, follow, at least practice for 10 minutes to read aloud. It helps you to build to mold your tongue to and start. It has certain kind of fluency. When you fluency is ability to read and speak without stopping. If you start reading for the first time, might be there is possibility that you won't find pronunciation for particular word, so you might stop during that point. So reading aloud, day-to-day conversation between two people is very important. If you read a novel or plays, you will find a lot of dialogues, a conversation between two people that can use to your advantage. And reading, for example, science book is not the thing, because science language is different from day-to-day life English language. Read things related to, if you visit to bank, if you are at the we can say bus stop. So thing is that this mold your tongue. So when you are that we need to follow, everyone needs to follow actually. If you want to speak English language fluently without taking pauses, what happen if you have fear that what will happen if I make a incorrect sentence? So people will laugh. So there is a solution for it. You can. There is no point what you are thinking. Most of the time, people think in their own mother tongue. We think in Marathi language, right? And for thinking, there is absolutely no boundaries. So make it a point to think in English and not in our own mother tongue. Whenever you are talking to yourself or thinking, do it in English. Try to make a simple sentences whenever you are constructing thinking particular point. If you are thinking to visit a certain place, just think about the sentences. How to, if you are at the airport, what are the sentences we need to, what is uh, airport area, and how to we can say board a flight, and whatever the situations are there, we need to think in English. This may you will become more comfortable with the idea of speaking and learning the English language uh, very effectively. And when you start, don't we can translate. There is one important thing that whenever you are directly take English dictionary or try to inculcate simple sentences or make few simple sentences. Do not translate from Marathi to English. What happened? There is structural difference between Marathi language and English language. You all of you are aware about it. That, for example, मी bus stop वर उभा आहे. If this sentence is there in Marathi, this is the common sentence. मी bus stop वर उभा आहे. So we take in Marathi language किंवा मी आंबा खाल्ला. I, here I comes me. Amba, here object comes in Marathi. For second thing is object comes and verbs come at the end. And in English, subject, then verb, then object comes. So when you translate the things from Marathi to English, there is always confusion, and people take pauses, unnecessary pauses of all those things. So I ate a mango is different from me amba khalla, because Marathi has a SOV pattern and English has a SVO pattern. In Marathi, SOV pattern is there. So, and there is a we can say prepositional difference is also there. मी बस स्टॉपवर उभा आहे, त्याचं ट्रान्सलेशन, इफ यू ट्रान्सलेट दिस सेंटेन्स in English, most of the student translate on. Okay, I stood on the bus stop. So this is the wrong statement in English. No one is standing on the bus stop. In English, we say that I stood at the bus stop. So this is how we commonly commit mistakes while translating from our mother tongue to English. So these are the common problems. So gradually we can develop, we can improve by thinking in English. So this is a very important point. So record your own voice. Now everyone has a very beautiful gadget with us. In old days, we need to buy separate tape recorder for recording our own voice, but now everyone has Android mobiles. So smartphones, we can record our whenever you are reading aloud, you can record your, or if you think that I want to close your door and start speaking in English, or with your friend, record your own voice and just listen to the talk what you have recorded it. You will find lot of repetition while when you are speaking in English. You will find lot of pauses whenever you are speaking in English. So gradually you can improve all those unnecessary pauses. Gradually you will avoid repetition of your sentences. So everything happen every night before going to bed. Record your day's events in an audio format. Okay, so you will find that you speak much better when you do not have to worry about embracing yourself in front of others. We have a fear in our mind that someone will laugh at us whenever we are speaking in English, and this is a common tendency in rural area, like, right, so in taluka places. But we won't improve without having good exposure. So recording yourself, thinking in English, develop confidence, reading aloud does not require any kind of atmosphere, does not require metropolitan cities, okay, does not require only convent schools. So anyone can do all these activities. What I think during inauguration, we can say talk, Inamda sir has rightly pointed out one important point, that watch English movies and news channels. You can listen all India radios. There is an application at our mobile. So first listen Hindi news, then the same news are in English. So it helps to improve your word power, and word power is very important for our communication purpose. Watch particularly cartoon movies and with subtitles are there, because these cartoon movies and subtitles animated movies helps us, because there are lot of these animated movies and cartoon movies are meant for children purpose, but we can make advantage of those films for our communication purpose. So a lot of movies are there, cartoon movies are there, like Ice Age is there. So day-to-day conversation is there. So we need to know lot of words, and we can understand, we can learn the words related with that particular point. And you can listen to, as I already mentioned, the news channels like BBC's, because we have accepted British English, not American English. There is a difference between British English and American English. All optional students are aware about it. For example, 2-3 things we can say that in British English there are word differences, like we say petrol, but in America they say gas. Like in British English we say tap, okay, and in American English they say passage. So in British English we say biscuits, but in American English we say cookies. So there are a lot of differences between British English and American English, even though there are spelling difference. Okay, if you type in word format, in word file program, the spelling of program in British English, if you type PROGRAMME, it shows a red underline, okay, there, but it is well accepted in British English. But as computer Microsoft is built in America, so it has a spelling difference like this. Color, the spelling of color is different from American English and British English. But the only thing is that we have accepted British English, not. But even though if you most of the time we need to concentrate about these spelling differences. Okay, so this is another important point. This one is also student of all, even though science stream or art stream or commerce stream, we need to understand these things. Even though you are not optional English special students, okay, even though how we can easily guess that someone is aware about the pronunciation. Only 2-3 things that one can understand it. Okay, may I request any participants to read only these 3 words, first 3 words. May I request any participants? They can unmute themselves and read these 3 words. 3 words are there. Is it visible to everyone? Anyone? Don't hesitate.
Am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, it's look, clean, want, invited, and decided.
Okay. Anyone else?
Looked, cleaned, wanted, invited, decided.
Okay, Pratiksha. Once again, kindly read it. Anyone else?
Looked, cleaned, wanted, invited, and decided.
Okay. Now read below these 3 words.
6 bags, catches, and dishes.
Okay. Anyone else? This is how we can improve. Nothing else. The purpose is that we need to aware about all those things. Concentrate on the ending sound. This is the title I have given. Okay. Now, what I have already mentioned here is that the ending sound, how we can, when you listen for the first time BBC News, you will find a lot of difference between our speech and anyone's speech and BBC News channel. Okay, why there is a difference? Because of this point. Look at this one. First one is not looked. Most of the our it is called phonetics. Okay, how to pronounce particular word. It needs a lot of. There is a separate syllabus for it, and we need to devote a lot of time for our improving pronunciation is concerned. We are not saying that we need to speak like Britishers, but even though we have accepted British English, but always there is an influence of our mother tongue on our speech. But there are certain points that we need to follow. The simple rules like, okay, the simple rule like looked, we need to pronounce, not looked. Okay, walked. They can immediately realize that if anyone is speaking like looked, walked, then they will immediately realize that this person is unaware about how to pronounce particular word. So looked, cleaned, is there, and it has a rule that whenever the word ends with consonant, it is pronounced with t. Ed is pronounced t. When the word ended with vowels, it pronounced d, and the word ended with t or d, like want, invite, and decide. So it is pronounced with id. So wanted, invited, decided. So it has certain rules and regulations whenever we are pronouncing particular word. But these are the common things that it comes in our day-to-day life. Okay. The second rule here is the same one, ending sound and es. It has three different pronunciations. So first one is seats, bags. Z is there, so even though it's not bags. Okay, so bags. First one is seats, and catches, dishes. So this is the way. At least it comes by practice. Okay, if you start reading aloud day by day, if you start listening to English news channels or news, or English movies, it start improving your pronunciations day by day. English don't come overnight. Most of the students think that if the tomorrow is interview, the day before, yesterday they will start speaking English, and the first thing they can do is that most of the interviewee ask one question, introduce yourself, so they mug up only these things. But if they ask you how to reach to this office, they will say left right, only these things happen during the interview. And most of the time interviewer asks only about all those things. One of the important thing I would like to mention here is that if I type in the chat box these two words, okay, just everyone, it's a common thing. Okay, visit your chat box and read aloud these two words. Anyone can give a try. Yes, please. This is the simple thing that we need to concentrate. Okay.
Sir, car.
Yes.
Sir, and repeat. Sir and car. Verb.
Okay.
Words.
Anyone else?
Car.
Okay. Anybody? Okay, we'll try. Only remember one thing in English. Whenever you are speaking English, the word ends with r. Won't pronounce in English language. You won't find r is pronounced in English language. So we never say sir. Okay, sir. R is silent somehow. We pronounce or some not pronounce the same one. Sir. Car is not the way we pronounce the English in English. Car. So there only remember one thing. R is never pronounced at the end of any particular word. You can take any English word, R is not pronounced at the end of that any word. So remember these common things that we need to learn while speaking English. The another important thing is, this one is the major thing. Develop vocabulary. Why? Most of the right from fifth standard, or most of the students are learning English language from the first standard. Even though they have mugged up a lot of rules and regulations related to grammar, Still they are unable to speak in English. I am not denying here the importance of grammar, but my concentration is developing vocabulary. Don't bother about your grammar. Without grammar, very little can be conveyed. Okay, if you don't know the rules of particular language, a little can be conveyed, but still you can communicate by words. But without words, without vocabulary, nothing can be conveyed. If you want to learn Chinese, Japanese, or French, German, French, you need to know the words of that language. Without words, how can we can say what if you want pickle, or if you want banana, if you want apple, if you don't know what is the word for banana in Chinese, how can we? Even that, this is the way a child learn their own mother tongue. How a child learn a language? He don't know the rules and regulations. He or she start imitating. Then parents with imitations, he come to know about particular words, and then he started to constructing particular sentences. This is the same way we need to learn English language. First, we need to have a lot of words power with us. So how to develop homophones? Okay, homophones or words often confused. If you pronounce the word C, it has a different spellings. If I pronounce the word I, E-Y-E, I, okay. C has S-E-E-S-E-A, principle, okay. It has also two spellings. So the same pronunciations but different spellings. Words often confuse. Adapt. These are the two words which commonly confuse. Advice, it has C-S-E. So there are certain words we need to play word games, play with the words. So it will gradually help you to build your language. So associated vocabulary. We need to know a lot of words related to fruits. For example, everyone is not aware about what immediately. It don't come in our mind. Okay, आपल्याला एखादा फ्रूट पाहिजे असेल, so that particular word won't come in our mind immediately. Okay, I am removing in English pomegranate. Okay, so words related to fruits, words related to vegetables, words related to kitchen, dining room, airport, bus station, college. Or if you have a lot of vocabulary with us, then we can gradually, it helps to improve our language. Words help you to start speaking English language fluently. If you don't have a command over particular words, then you will take unnecessary pauses. So it is also called thesaurus. We can find out a particular dictionary for it is called thesaurus. Okay, so might be it is available in your library. Visit your library, and thesaurus is always there, and you will find words related to fruits, so vegetables, particular things. Okay, kitchen, we need to know a lot of words are related to kitchen. So we need to collect and don't mug up, because start using that sentence, that word into our sentence, so it will help you to build your fluency. So collocations is there. Collocations means two words gradually comes together. Intellectual, artificial intellectual, or we can say golden opportunity. We don't say bronze opportunity or silver opportunity. So these are the commonly words comes together. So build such collocations, the words which always comes with depends on, like this. These are collocations. So phrasal verb is there. Phrasal verbs means verb is there and one preposition is there. So, but if the preposition changes, the meaning changes. Look at, look into, look around, look about. Okay, all these have a different meaning. If you change only another verb, another preposition, and the same verb, it has a different meaning. Okay, so etymology, we need to etymology means the origin of words. It helps to for example, now newly added words, every year there is a year of the word award is given to particular word. So a few years before youthquake, that word was introduced, newly coined word was there. So youthquake, like earthquake, we are aware about that word, but youth has a power to do the revolution. So youthquake, that word was newly added in our dictionary, in our Oxford dictionary. So every year a lot of words, all the words related to coronavirus, people were unaware about all those words. Quarantine, what do you mean by quarantine, and sanitization. But if you see nowadays, even people from rural area are about mask, sanitization. If you ask what do you mean by Marathi word for sanitization, they won't remember it easily, but they are aware about quarantine, sanitization, okay, and lockdown. So all these words are quite new for everyone. So if you use these words gradually, it will comes. So all in all, here I would like to mention in my talk is that we need to learn how to begin a conversation, practice, recruit a friend as a mentor, the friend who is the best helper for us, who don't laugh for your improvement. Otherwise, you can start with a simple, polite way of starting conversation. So this is how we can improve our fluency. It needs a lot of time to talk about soft skills part, okay, personality development and other thing. But here my first priority was fluency, and practicing English. Speaking English is must. You cannot learn how to speak fluently without practice. So practice is must. This is what I would like to deliver during my talk. So thank you, Honorable Principal Sir, Nanavare Sir, and Inamda Sir, for giving me an opportunity to share my views in front of such a learned participants. Thank you,
Thank you, sir. I take this chance to thank you, Professor Mothe sir, for your valuable guidance to the webinar participants. Thank you very much. Someone quotes, teacher, I believe, are the most responsible and important member of the society because their professional efforts affect the fate of the earth. Professor Mothe sir mentioned in his talk, English is an international language, and everybody must know English language for communication purpose across the globe because English is a global language. In most of the part, specifically northeast part and south part of our country, the people use their mother tongue language as well as English language very frequently. And he also mentioned what are the difference between the British English and American English, and we accept the British English. Then how to pronounce the students while communicate the language, text, syllables, etc. Thank you, sir. Now, I would like to request the principal of the college and the chairperson of this session, Honorable Dr. D.R. Kulkarni sir, to address the webinar's participants. Kulkarni sir.
Okay, thank you, sir. I am audible? May I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. So I take this opportunity to congratulate and thank to Professor Mothe, sir. He is a well-learned academician and research scholar that we know. He is connected with the most, as per my knowledge, 8 to 10 universities in the India and abroad also. He is a worth of knowledgeable person for this webinar, and we came to know how English is helpful in the day-to-day life for the academicians as well as for research scholars. It is a must to be fluent in English. Every language is important, but overall, above English language of knowledge. What knowledge if you want to have with you, you must be fluent in English. You must be familiar with the English. Vocabulary is the most important part to improve the listening, reading, and writing. That most of us will lag behind. Reading newspapers, listening to the news, and listening to the various resource persons as well knowledgeable persons who teach English, who speak English, that will be beneficial for us to improve our vocabulary as per my knowledge. Professor Mothe sir has introduced the basic points how to improve the English vocabulary and English fluent English among us. There are small differences, there are minute differences in English, US English and British English that he has explained with us. So these minor English differences among US and British language we must come across. So while speaking English, we, we have to think over all these laws which are related to the British and US English. Then it will be very easy to speak fluently with the English. One thing that I came to know with the faculties and students of this area, they fear to talk in English. This fear should be left out from us. Unless we practice to talk in English with our colleagues, with our students, with our companions, we will not improve our vocabulary, we will not improve speaking in English. So that practice should be done in most of the colleges among the faculty. I came across the faculty members also. Writing in English is just like copy paste from other matter to in our matter. So this should not be there. We have we have to develop our own writing practice. For that, we must have vocabulary. There are number of tools nowadays available. We can make use of them for improve our vocabulary and writing practice. That should be followed. So, with the help of IT, it has become very easy in all the sectors to improve our knowledge. So it is up to one's interest how you can use the IT, how you can use the various resources available with him. So with this, I once again thank you, Professor Mothe sir, for his learned and knowledgeable lecture. This I know the time is very short for him. Besides this PPT, he is having more with him. He can teach English. He can speak more than this. That I know. Taking the time short span, he has introduced basic points with us how to improve vocabulary and how to practice speaking in English. So with this, I once again thank you, Professor Mothe sir, Inamdar sir, and all dear participants who are present here. for this webinar. With the permission of Professor Mothe sir, I request all the participants to be connected with Professor Mothe sir if you want to improve your vocabulary, if you want to improve your English. So with this good words, I take leave from you. Thank you once again. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you.
for your valuable guidance regarding the communication skill. It will definitely help us in our career, both for the students and faculty members. The last segment of the session. Now, I would like to call Mr. S.D. Kode sir to propose vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, all. We want to one and all present here. हेलो आज तो क्या सर
Yes, audible, sir. So, sir.
Yes, you are audible. No.
honorable principal and dear Kulkarni sir, Shrikrishna Mahavidyalaya Gunjoti, and webinar speaker Dr. Prashant Mothe sir, Others College Umarga, and respected HOD IS Inanda sir, and Dr. Nanal sir, IQAC coordinators, and all participants. It is such honor for me to get the opportunity to thank you all dignitaries on behalf of the Computer Science Department, Shrikrishna Mahavidyalaya Gunjoti. I extend my gratitude to our Honorable Principal Dr. D.R. Kulkarni sir to take out time from his busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your word on this special day. A special thank to today's webinar speaker Dr. Mothe sir to take good communication knowledge for students. Today's webinar was full of knowledge and interesting things. I would like to thank Mr. I.S. Inanda sir, Head of Department Computer Science, and Dr. Nanal sir, IQAC coordinator, and my colleague Manikar madam for his guidance and help. Finally, I thank all participants and all staff, esteemed delegates of the webinar for the presence of contribution to make his webinar a great success. Thank you for thanks all of you. Sir, finally, Inanda sir.
Kulkarni sir.
So thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So I know that you can talk more than this.
Yes,
So
no.
taking the time span, it was a good webinar.
Yes,
I'm proud of you
Thank you, sir.
to be with us. It is very proud moment for us.
The pleasure and honor is for me, sir.
Yes,
Thank
so
you,
definitely,
Nanal sir.
you deserve, sir. You deserve it. No problem.
Sir, 1 minute. We take the some seconds for and the end this session with national anthem. Kode sir, play the national anthem. Everyone, in your place, stand up.
Okay, sir.
एक मिनट
I think we are good to start.
Yeah. Kodi sir, are you playing the,
Yes, sir.
are you playing the national anthem?
Kode, sir.
Kodi sir,
हाँ एक मिनट सर एक मिनट मला एक मिनिट तुम्हाला